Does this look familiar at all? It's been a really long time since I've done a command block computer sort of video, but yeah, hopefully this should be a good one. But this is another one of those videos where I'm more or less using Minecraft as a platform for something than, actual stuff about the game. But I'm gonna start running what I built here. You guys can, watch it as it goes. It's kind of like a little dog that you can program to sort of run around the board here and draw stuff. Anyways, what I thought was cool about this is I wrote a program to write programs. Just a little bit about myself. I'm super interested in just computer AI, like artificial intelligence, and this isn't really that, but I was just messing around with making a computer program that can write other computer programs. And that I actually wrote on a calculator, just because that's what I actually program this stuff easiest in. It's a long story there, but what I wanted to do in this video was share with you some of the programs that my program wrote. So you guys are going to be seeing, so the patterns that this thing's going to be drawing aren't patterns that I wrote. They're patterns that another computer program wrote. It's kind of weird, but what I basically did was I don't know if you guys know the term Turing machine, but a Turing machine was kind of the predecessor to the computer. It would be like what the printing press is to the digital printer. Anyways, and it's kind of easy to actually program a Turing machine or generate one. So you see this guy kind of like jumping back and forth here. He kind of keeps track of what page the Turing machine's on. I'm going to call it a page because I forgot what the actual word for these are. But when our wolf here, or dog, is on one of these squares, he kind of runs through a set of instructions. The instructions are right here, but he'll land on a square, and what he'll do first is record what color the square is, and this is white. Next he'll change it, and then if it's white, based on the instruction page he's on, the instruction page may say if it's white, go to your right, or if it's black, if he moves on to it and it's black, then go backwards again. And each instruction card has unique instructions for where he should turn and where he should go. And then each instruction card also, says if it's white, go to instruction card number 2, or if it's black, go to instruction card number 3, for example. Hopefully I'm making this somewhat clear how this works, and you guys can wrap your mind around this. If you can't, just take my word for it that the Turing machine can essentially do any sort of function, can do any functionality that a normal computer can have, sort of like arithmetically and systematically speaking. So what I did was I wrote a program on my calculator, this has got a long story here, but that generates these kind of pages for a Turing machine. These, I think punch cards are actually what they used back in the day. And what I just had my calculator do is randomly generate them, only up to 3 punch cards, just because you don't really need more than that to get cool patterns. And I just ran them and kind of watched them to see if they did anything interesting. And some of them actually formed some pretty cool patterns. Here's the pattern that this one's forming. I call this one the hourglass pattern, just because it looks like he's making an hourglass. And it's just so cool how I just find this so cool. I don't know if you guys share my excitement here, but I didn't have to program any functionality to make this shape. This is something that's just randomly generated. And I don't know, I just find that really cool that stuff like complexity like this can come from little simple instructions like that. But what he kind of does is, he moves up along this zipper here, and then when he gets to the top here, he'll kind of move out to the end here, add another black diagonal out one, and then move back in, and then go back along the zipper and repeat himself. So you can see that there. And that's what he does with this one. And then he'll just keep on going indefinitely. So that's the hourglass program. Let me set up the next program for you guys. And I'll be putting this thing up for download, and I tried to make it pretty user-friendly, whereas, just resets it. You can pause it and resume it while it's going. Start it up again like that. I'm going to reset it. And then over here is just where I store my punch cards or whatever. Oh, here, LinkedIn's ant. You guys know this one. This is from a previous video of mine. LinkedIn's ant only requires one punch card. Very simple program. So this one I obviously didn't generate, but you guys have seen it before. I'm just sort of proving the concept here of, you know, what this thing can do. LinkedIn's ant is also a two-dimensional Turing machine. Oh, that's another thing I should mention. Turing machines usually only move up and down a line. They usually don't have a grid like this, but it just makes their functionality more flexible or more easily available when you have a grid. Anyway, so I can reset this, and the next program I want to show you is this one. Yeah, Spiral. This one took me a while to figure out. So I hit that button and it'll just copy the command blocks over onto here on this thing that runs them. And I'll start this up. You won't see any pattern immediately. So I'll talk about how this works is, you know, first we have these, you know, redstone blocks get put in relative where the wolf is. And then, you know, these add 3 to the score dir, which just stands for direction. It's the direction that that guy is facing over there. So first what it does is, you know, if the direction gets to 4 or more, it subtracts 4, just because 0 is north, 1 is east, 2 is south, and 3 is west, something like that. You get the idea. I enumerated the directions. So yeah, you see here it gets teleported this way for when it's 0, and in all the different directions for when the score is a different value. I also made it so that he actually turns, like his rotation changes, just makes it a bit more lifelike. And then, you know, this last command block sets off the next clock here. What this clock does is it first copies the block he's on top of to over here, and then these command blocks check what this block is. And then, you know, if it's a quartz block, it'll power this block. If it's a coal block, it'll power this one. And then what it'll also do is, you know, if it's a quartz block, replace it with a coal. This is what I was talking about, how it toggles the block whenever it leaves it. And then, you know, lastly, if it's a quartz block, it'll power the quartz section that the index wolf is on, and that just repeats. And the way I pause it is just simply removing these stone blocks in here, and resuming it just puts those stone blocks back. Okay, that's the explanation. So this is the spiral program. Doesn't look like much, but he'll actually kind of, you know, make a whole spiral going out and around like where he started here. I'll come back in a bit once the pattern's more developed. Alright, so here's the spiral, you know, getting bigger here. So he just kind of, you know, moseys around and puts these little kind of like nodes at the end here. If you're wondering that, you know, oh, maybe like you can put in any set of punch cards and it'll make a cool pattern or something, it's more like half of them he just like goes straight off in a line. About 49% of them he just kind of doesn't do anything really, and then like only like 1 in 100-ish do something cool like this. So I had to sift through a lot of these things to find some good ones to show you guys. Anyway, so I have another one set up here. Let me reset him. This is this punch card right here. I haven't even tried this one out yet, so I completely forgot what it did, but I saved it, so it must have been good. And in case you guys are just going to stop watching this video and maybe want to mess around with this yourself, trust me, I know this may seem like, I don't know, just boring or just pointless on the surface, but I find stuff like this super fun. So let me show you quickly how to program these things. You know, the blocks on the left here, you know, add to his direction. So these are the blocks that get executed when he's on a white block, and these are the blocks that get executed when he's on a black block. So, you know, this line here, when he's on this page, would be read as, you know, if the block you're on is white, add 3 to your direction, which is the same as turning left, move up to index, and move up to index 2. So just teleport the guy 1 index forward. And then if the square you're on is black, then add 1 to your score, so turn right. Adding 2 would make him turn around, and if it's add 0, I just put a glass block, just, you know, because it's not adding 0, it's not doing anything. And then right here, if he's on a black one, then go to the 3rd index here, or teleport, meaning the same thing as teleport the index wolf 2 blocks forward. So hopefully if you download this, you should be able to sort of figure out how to mess around with this. Anyways, let's see what this thing does. Oh, I remember this one now. This is a lengthening star. It's pretty cool actually. So he'll like go out on each of these little legs here, add one more block to the legs, and then come back into the center. So like goes out, comes back in, and then just goes out again. I still just think it's so cool that patterns like these pop up for just when you just randomly generate instructions for this guy to follow. So yeah, just wanted to sort of share all this cool stuff with you guys. Hopefully you guys don't think I'm crazy for, enjoying this sort of thing, but yeah, I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys. So thanks for watching. Again, I'll put this world up for download. If any of you guys do find another cool pattern thing, I am sure I would love to see it. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay, bye.